Alright folks, completion of the copper coil hot water system. There's the stovepipe that I was mentioning I was going to put everything behind, and that's where the copper coil sits, is behind this stovepipe. And then I just simply has a inlet and outlet. This one being the outlet. Boy, is that hot. This one being the inlet. And it comes over here and it taps in to the inlet line of the hot water tank, and it taps into the outlet of the hot water tank. That's hot. Very hot. So it's not really cold enough to know. Oh, I also painted my little adapter I made up here, just with a high heat flat black paint. And I got my screws back in the top lid, made it nice and straight. Now I'll give this a sanding, and I'll give it a paint of the same black. I'll make them the same, make the whole unit here all black. This hot water tank is actually furnace fuel. You can see there's the mechanism there that actually heats up the hot water originally, but for the moment, with the wood and the winter approaching and lots of firewood being burnt and lots of extra heat being produced, I incorporated a hot water system into the hot water tank. And I actually made the output of the coil go into the output of the hot water tank, and it's working good. This right here is the output, and wow, is that warm. Now the other line travels up, and it's not warm at all. It's warm where the inlet is directly, and a little wee bit above it, and right here, that's about it. Now it starts cooling off dramatically, and it's actually nothing here at all. No heat whatsoever. So it worked out good, but what I don't know is just how much heat and hot water it's going to produce. I'm pretty sure it's going to work good. I may have to put some kind of solenoid valve on it to temperature regulated, so when the hot water tank itself comes up to temperature, a little solenoid valve will actually trip the system and no more heat will be produced. Sorry for the stutter. But so far, it's working good. It's working good. Now, nowhere is there full-time firewood being burnt, so the tank's not going to be able to maintain hot water. Only when the normal firewood season begins on a full-time scale, which is probably about another couple of months from now, maybe another good month anyhow, before a normal, regular, daily usage of the wood stove will be operating. But until then, I won't really know the true story. Oh, and boy, did my solder joints ever turn horrible. My torch, I don't know what happened to the end of it, but the flame I was using was just nasty. It wasn't producing the right type of heat. I managed to work it. I managed to get it, but to look at the soldering joints, it just doesn't look very pretty. But that's okay. It don't leak, and that's all we're concerned about. I need to pick up a new end, new torch end. This piece, I took it apart and I just don't see why it's producing like it is. So anyhow, when you're soldering, you want to make sure you have the right flame. That's for sure. And I'm going to tidy up this line here. I didn't tidy this line up yet. It's crooked a little bit, so I need to pull it up, pull it and support it. But there's the completion, and time will tell the story. Thank you folks, for those that have subscribed, and if you haven't, please do so. And don't forget to give a thumbs up.